Well, you guys, I just did something that I didn't really think I would ever do. I bought a brand new Mustang. So, that's still kind of settling in. Well, I think I have some explaining to do. So, what is going on, you guys? Riley here. Now, I know what you're thinking. Riley, why the hell did you buy a 2018 Mustang GT? I will get to that. There's a pretty good explanation for it, but for now, here is the new car for the channel, guys. It's a 2018 Mustang GT Premium. And you might be asking, Riley, I thought you said the last video you posted that you were buying a Mopar, which was true at the time. However, since I filmed that video about 3 weeks ago or so, some things have kind of changed and a great deal popped up on this thing, and it was honestly just too good to pass up. So here we are. Now, before we go more in depth on the Mustang, I figured I'd give you guys a quick explanation of what happened to Riley getting a Mopar idea. Well, basically, in the last video, I said that I had ordered some sort of Mopar and that it would be here towards the end of September, which is true. I actually ordered a 2019 Scat Pack Charger in Octane Red that will arrive sometime late September or early October. Now, like I said, this is a Scat Pack that I ordered to my exact customization needs, and the MSRP of this car came out to $48,000. So it's quite a lot of money. It had the Dynamics package with Hellcat brakes, wheels, the Harman Kardon sound system, leather, a whole bunch of other stuff. I mean, it was a fully loaded Scat Pack for the most part. So keep in mind, that's $48,000. So I started doing some exploring on other vehicles to see what I could get for, you know, a cheaper price. And well, I ended up at some Ford dealership websites, and I found this car right here. Now, this car has a $41,000 sticker price, which, you know, already $7,000 cheaper than the Scat Pack. However, what it had going for it was a lot of rebates. So ultimately, I ended up paying just over $32,000 for this car right here due to all the rebates and incentives going on. This car had been sitting on the lot for like 10 months. It's a 2018, and now there's 2019s out. So they're just wanting to get rid of all the 18s. It was one of those things, right place, right time. Got a lot of money off, got more money off because I was a college student, I mean, just all these things lined up. And I was like, you know, for $13,000, $14,000 cheaper, this is a pretty good option. Also, not only was this car a great deal, the dealership actually bought my Corvette for a great deal as well. So I didn't have to pay taxes on this car. It pretty much just made perfect sense, and everything was kind of pointing in this direction. Now, I know I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate and saying, you bought a Mustang? Why would you do that, crowd killer? However, if you just, you know, block out the pony badge and block out the fact that this car's a Mustang, it's actually a really awesome car, and I'll show you guys around kind of some of the options that I opted for, or I really didn't opt for them, they just came with the car. But let's go ahead and do a little walk around of the car. So in 2018, Ford redesigned the S550 Mustang to look like this. And at first, a lot of people were very on the fence about it, and I was one of them. However, I've grown to really like it, especially in darker colors. Now, this car is called Magnetic Metallic, and I chose this color mainly because the paint has a lot of flake in it, which I really like, and also I feel like darker colors just look really well on this body style. Now, of course, I have a lot of future plans for this car with different grills and just all kinds of other customization stuff, so we'll get to all of that. However, you might have noticed that the car is already on some different wheels because the stock wheels and tires that came on this car were the base model wheels and tires, which I was fine with because I knew I would change them out no matter what. So these are some SVE GT350 replica wheels. Now, I went with these wheels because of their weight. So a normal GT Performance Pack wheel is about 34 pounds, give or take. These are 24 pounds, so they're a really lightweight wheel. Also some Continental Extreme Contact Sport tires, two 55s in the front, two 95s in the rear, and then the wheels are 19 by 10s in the front and 19 by 11s in the rear. So I got some good meaty tires, which will be helpful for back road driving and straight line driving and all the fun stuff. And as far as plans for the side of the car go, I'll probably end up painting the calipers some bright color to offset all the darker colors on the car. I've got some gloss black 5.0 emblems already on order. And I'm sure we're gonna end up lowering the car as well. Will I be adding any more power to this car? So there's a lot of options I could go with. I almost put a Roush supercharger on this thing from the dealership, which includes a 3-year warranty and gets it to like 700 horsepower. Ultimately opted to just, you know, have a really cheap monthly payment, like really cheap, and just kind of enjoy the car bone stock for a while and enjoy it for what it is. And then later on, if we decide, we can of course do the basic bolt-ons to a Mustang. Now, these cars respond extremely well to modifications. I've seen a lot of videos and seen a lot of stuff, a lot of hype around these cars with them being really fast. But that is pretty much your basic overview walk around of the car. Now, if we move in to the interior, you might be wondering, well, did you get a 10-speed? Nope, I went with a 6-speed manual. So as I said, this is a premium model, so it has all of the leather seats. You get the nice touchscreen in the middle, the little airplane, little knob things, kind of, I don't know what you call them. Also, you get all the ambient lighting on the gauges and throughout the car. I mean, it has all the fancy stuff, so it's, as far as a Mustang goes, like a fully loaded Mustang. It does not have the new digital gauge display. Those were a lot more expensive. It's not a 10-speed, and I'm trying to think what other, oh, it's missing a performance pack, so it doesn't have the performance pack wing, which I would really like. It's also missing the performance pack brakes, wheels, etc. But these are already 4-piston Brembo brakes, so they're plenty, and I just really didn't think it was necessary. But I mean, for $32,000, I'd like to think you get a pretty badass car for that. And I want to give a huge shout out to Nick Javerick and Chris Locke over at AutoNation Ford and Katy. They still have a lot of 18s on their lot. They're discounting a lot. Maybe not as much as this one, because I believe this is one of their older cars that they had, and it just happened to be the perfect spec that I was looking for. But definitely go see Nick and Chris. Just walk in the dealership and scream out RP Productions. Somebody will help you. But they were really great, really took care of me, made the buying process so easy. I walked in at 10 o'clock in the morning and I was out by noon. And this is my 8th car now. That was the quickest car deal I've ever done, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, seriously great guys. And they also bought the Corvette, so for anybody wanting the Vet, it's at AutoNation Ford and Katy. Don't know how long it'll be there, but it's on their website, so yeah. Now, other than the fact that the car is a lot cheaper than a Scat Pack, I really fell in love with the S550 platform as soon as they did this body style change. Not really for the looks, but more for they finally put direct injection in the motor, which really helped pick up a lot of that low-end torque, and it finally feels nice and responsive and like it should. Not only that, they also beefed up the transmission now, where you have a twin disc clutch and a bunch of other things. Unfortunately, the shift forks are now aluminum, which a lot of people have been breaking their shift forks in 3rd and 4th gear, so hopefully that will not happen to me. But I mean, they just really beefed up the car in a lot of different aspects, and I just really fell in love with this car, and I know it's going to look even more incredible as soon as I get finished doing all of my aesthetic stuff that I want to do. And it's definitely weird for me to sit here and be like, yeah, I own a Mustang now, and that's probably going to take some getting used to. But if you just ignore the fact that it's a Mustang, I know a lot of people hate Mustangs simply for the name. If you ignore that, it's an awesome car, and it's a bunch of fun to drive. It's super comfortable. It's just pretty much everything you could look for in a car. You get like 28 miles per gallon on the highway, which is awesome. Now, as far as how long I plan on keeping this car, that one is still unknown. As of now, I plan to keep it for quite a while. Like, I'm talking multiple years, not, you know, multiple months like it has been in the past. However, there's a couple things on my mind that I would possibly switch into, and one of those being the new Dodge Charger whenever that gets released. That was another thing that was kind of swaying me away from getting the Charger, is since I've already had a Scat Pack and I've also already had a Hellcat, so I didn't know how I'd feel going back to owning the same car I had, just with less power as compared to the Hellcat. So that was always something that I was like, man, I feel like that's gonna bother me. And of course, it's a great daily. It's just kind of a mental thing, I guess. And I mean, I've owned a Charger, a Challenger, a Corvette, a Camaro, so pretty much the Mustang was last on my list of, you know, American sports car, muscle cars to own. And well, guess we're gonna be giving the Mustang a shot. But looking ahead to the future, I really do have my eyes on the new Dodge Charger whenever that comes out, so I will be patiently awaiting new updates from Dodge on that. And I'm still a Dodge guy at heart. I mean, I'm a Dodge guy driving a Mustang, kind of sounds weird. However, sometimes you find a good deal on a car that just makes too good of sense, and well, you end up with a Mustang. So that pretty much wraps up everything I wanted to talk about. I really do want to say I apologize for leading everybody on thinking I was getting another Mopar. I myself thought I was getting another Mopar for, you know, the past months. So considering that wheels and tires were changed out after like 2 hours of ownership, I'm sure you can assume that there will be plenty of other things done to this car in due time. And actually plenty of parts are already on order as we speak. So I hope you guys are ready for what's to come. And of course, there will still be more videos on Chevys and Fords and Dodges throughout the channel's life. But I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully y'all are excited for what's to come. And I will see you guys in the next video where we can start doing some stuff to the Mustang. Take it easy, guys. Here comes the roast in the comments.
All right. What you doing, boy? Dang, look at that. Look at that. Wow.
Well, guys, the official video is over, so you can click off now if you want, or you can stay tuned for whatever else is about to happen. So this is kind of how the little intro clip, the reveal, was actually filmed. Sean over here on his little Ronin stabilizer, and just kind of find a nice spot away from civilization, I guess. Pretty cool trees, and pretty slow 5-point bro. I'm a 5-point bro now, bro. I will admit, you know, for a $32,000 car that has 460 horsepower, it's pretty hard to find something that's this nice on the inside. And I have to say, the ambient lighting, it's so like gimmicky, but I absolutely love it, being able to change the colors of stuff. And then you hop inside, you got a nice little pony to make sure you know you're a pony. And then when you put your foot on the clutch, this thing like has like a little heartbeat to it. Watch. You see how the engine start-stops kind of like glowing? I don't know, it's kind of cool, kind of cheesy. But yeah, we'll go ahead and fire her up. And there you go with the ambient lighting, like I said. So you can change those colors to pretty much anything you want. I have mine on green with a little ice blue on the halo. And then you also get on the floorboard down there with my feet, my cup holders, and all this stuff. I can cycle between a whole bunch of colors. And I don't know why I like this so much. I feel like I'm 12. Maybe I am 12. But like, for example, we can go through here and make the gauges blue or white or purple. I mean, like, there's so many different things you can do. I don't know, it's kind of cool. Something else that's nice about the 2018 Mustangs is you finally get a digital speedometer, which is not really a necessity, but I absolutely love having that just so I know exactly what speed I'm going. And then moving over to the interior, you know, you have your basic stuff with radio and climate control and your phone and your navigation, which actually it's a really nice navigation. I do like that a lot. This poor thing has no idea where we are, but we're in San Antonio somewhere.
If you're like taller than 5'9", then you can't sit back here.
Well, you can. You just gotta tilt your head.
No, look at my head. Like,
no, you tilt it, you derp.
Like that?
No, left or right. And then also, like I was talking about earlier with these little toggle switches, so like this one, for example, that's the steering feel. So you can go through here and you have comfort, normal, and sport. And then this one, you got different modes. So you have normal, sport plus, track, drag strip, and snow and wet, and then normal again. But yeah, pretty darn cool if I do say so myself, and I'm so glad I went with the 6-speed manual. I knew I was like going back and forth, should I get the 10-speed, should I get the 6-speed? I'm very, very happy with the manual so far, so no regrets there until I blow up 3rd and 4th, but we'll see. We're about to grab a couple photos, and something that's kind of cheesy, but when you unlock the car and you open it, there's a pony that gets displayed on the ground. First time I saw that, I was like, what the heck? That's a thing? But apparently it is on the GT Premiums, and then it fades away into the abyss. But yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and snap ourselves a nice looking photo right there. That's a keeper. Sean going in for the shot. Dope. So I don't know how well you guys can see, but one thing that I really like about the new Mustangs is that these are probably the brightest headlights I've ever seen on a, you know, affordable car. But just driving down the road, like everything around you gets so illuminated, and it's like, whoa, sweet.
whoa, dude.
Whoa. And not only that, but I'm like, you know, really used to having loud cars. So to go back to a car with a stock exhaust that's like really, really quiet that's a weird change. I mean, you sit here and I don't even know if you can pick that up on camera. It's so quiet. Sean, what are your thoughts on the 18 Mustang, buddy? Coming from your 13.
Kind of a piece of shit. So we're going to Freebirds, and I'm assuming that Riley's gonna get the 2 taco deal,
Wrong.
quesadillas,
Yep.
nachos, or quesadillas?
Yep,
quesadillas. Sean, what are you gonna get?
Oh shit, I don't know. Taco deal's pretty good.
Taco deal. I'm probably gonna go the taco deal or the flour monster burrito.
Just leave this in the end.
Is it really?
Oh my god.
No! Get me out of the rain!
Are you going in? Going into it.
Man, this sucks.
Dang, that is
Riley's
so
mad
retarded.
because
Look
he
at
just.
the beads.
What is that still called?
Glassparency.
Glassparency.
We can do that at Mob Auto Boutique.
I need some of that.
Notice how there's no windshield wipers. Glassparency.
Oh man. Some next level shit.
Kind of sucks. It's raining though. Like the car just got ceramic coated. That was short lived.
Wow. Wow, the freaking. I'm not re-saying it.
Yeah, the beads
It's
are
crazy though. The beads on your
on the hood. Yeah, they just fly off. That's
There's
crazy.
like little beads. Dang, dude.
That's what 2 layers of ceramic coating will do right there, boys.
That's like something I never knew I needed. You know?
Dude, that's ridiculous. Wow.